so many aspects of the Vibrant Village program. And this program, the first visitors to this so-called first village have been none other than our Home Minister himself and the Finance Minister. So you can pretty well understand that what a clear focus government has, that these border villages, these, not the last, but the first villages, must be the focus of the country. We also heard that what are the advantages of geospatial technology and how they can be woven into multiple aspects of, well-being, ease of doing, and the national advantages for the country. Mr. Goenka explained that what is the power of technology and the good work that his team is doing in mentoring the young minds and also trying to find out that how much inquisitive and what are positive suggestions they come out with. Abhijit Sinha, he spoke in a way also, he gave a kind of report card. And what I find is that every time when I go to his such convenings, the report shows that it is always an orbital transformation for this particular organization. More focused, more number of people brought together, and they are taking the conversation forward. The anchor in the beginning said that as far as the climate financing is concerned, we have barely been able to cover 1/4 of the range. So 25% only of the requirement of finance that is there, we have been able to be there. We have been able to marshal, mobilize that much. 3/4 still to go. Now at NITI, we have got the National Mission on Transformative Mobility. We have got a couple of other verticals which are exclusively dedicated on energy transition. And we know it so well that sustainability, climate resilience, climate change, new mobility, energy transition, this is going to be the conversation for next at least 70 years. That is what my sense is. Yes, green technologies require a lot of funds. They are very costly. More so in the initial days, because you don't have advantage of scale. The upfront is always high. You won't be convincing people that it is the total cost of parity, that is why you invest so much. That is why it is needed that in the initial period, we must have access to big funds for this particular transition. The problem is that those funds become slightly inaccessible to us for two reasons. That in a country like ours, where multiple priorities are there, so many committed investments we have to make, expenditure, we know that out of the total budgetary allocations, how much will be going on a committed kind of thing. So you have to give for the agriculture, you have to give for the defense, you have to give for the R&D kind of thing. So what is left is then for the things like climate finance, energy transition. What I'm just trying to drive you at is that it is very important that we tap two resources. One, the private funds, and two, the international funds. They are available. They are readily available. What is needed is, as was told in the many of the speakers earlier, they mentioned about it, that we need to show that we have got a clear roadmap. The policy perspective is not a confused one. It has got absolute clarity, certainty, element of certainty is there. We need to show that our policies are based on data. There is a very, very robust monitoring mechanism that is going to take it forward. And the money that we will be able to mobilize from the private or from the international sources, they will be put to right kind of use. So that is what the idea is. Given these things available, we would be able to kind of mobilize funds. At COP28, I was there for one aspect that is called payment security mechanism, which is to give confidence to those who are trying to help us position public transport systems that, okay, your funds will be available to you, the services that you have extended, the monetary equivalent of it, you will be getting it, you can have that confidence. So earlier when our Prime Minister had visited US, the US President and Indian Prime Minister, they decided on this particular concept. And it is basically a big fund that has been created with the help of US government, Indian government, and some of the internationally best renowned philanthropists. So we have got Bezos, we have got Amazon, the rest of the funds are available, 3 of them are there. So the funding part is there. The electric mobility that we are taking it forward. If you see the figure, if last year we could sell 1 million incentivized or not incentivized, this year it is closing down to 1.5 billion. So the pace of transformation is almost 45% plus, kind of close to 43, 45%. And my sense is that as we move on to the next year, you would see that it will be close to 2.5 million. And as I said, as it was told earlier also, that India is an aspirational kind of nation today. The highest aspiration we are trying to position. We do not want to be only an EV using nation. We want to be a global EV manufacturing hub. And our aspiration has so clearly been laid out, written, recorded in our economic survey and laid on the table of the parliament that by 2030, we want to manufacture every year 10 million vehicle units. That would be the number, 10 million EV units that would be available for the sale. And that is why you see today, if you go to the nearby countries, Nepal is there and Bhutan is there, gradually Indian vehicles are getting into it. 3-wheelers are getting into New Zealand. Ashok Leyland buses are getting into UK. Spain, they are setting up manufacturing facility. So what we are just trying to in the automobile sector, if I tell you, we are going to re-script the entire automobile history of India. That will be based on clean transition, that will be based on electric, and that is what India will, from 6th position, we have already moved to the 4th, and we want to be world's best. Naturally, it would require, lot of technological inputs, lot of R&D initiatives, and NITI has nudged it. Out of 23 IITs that we have today, at 16 of them we have opened up centers of excellence. 16 IITs are exclusively, they have got centers of excellence, and they have crafted some 18 programs, master's program, PhD program, they have crafted those programs. And not that these are, old professorial kind of initiatives. We have connected the OEMs and their CTOs, and Mr. Amitabh Kant sir himself was there on the guard those days. We have connected them to these IITs, and we have told them that come out with a specific problem statement, what you want assistance in. Give them a clear-cut timeline, 6 months, 1 year, max to max. Not that you give them for 3 years, in 3 years the world changes. And give them access to your facility, give them allocation of funds, and they should be able to sort it out. That is precisely what they're doing. That is why you heard that, the new charging system that we will be hearing during the course of the day, which is based on wireless charging. Very few countries in the world, they have so far been able to do it. That is what we are hearing in India. And one, in number of conferences that I have been able to attend internationally, one thing I am able to understand, and that is what I am trying to echo before you, is that the entire globe accepts that this is the happening place for the world. Everybody knows it. This is the happening place for technology, for investment, for new policies, and that is the reason why you have the best of the technology people trying to connect to India. So we have got UC Davis, representative is already there. We have got the entire Michigan University. I was in the company of University of Birmingham, Cambridge, Manchester. All of them want to come to India in one stream. We have got the best of the finance people. They want to invest in India. Yes, they do. You will see that outcome of Vibrant Gujarat will also have a lot of implications for this green transition. And of course, the policy think tanks working in this stream. One of them is, of course, NH for EV. So this is where we are. And as I always say, that we cannot take claim, NITI or government cannot only take claim. It is a team effort. And as a team, we have been able to pull off this awesome. The journey is on. The journey will continue till the time we are able to establish that we are simply the best, as simple as that. And it is possible if, I always say, if in the best of the international management premises, if Indians are there, if in the best of the international academic premises Indians are there, why it is that in the best of the international parking lots, Indian vehicles are not there? They should be. And that is what the aspiration is. Thank you.